welcome to today's episode of the Group Therapy Podcast. Today, we have Hack from Hack's Horror Show on YouTube and all that stuff. Hack, tell us about yourself.
Hi, kids. Sorry, I had to get that shit out of the way. Well, I'm on Vimeo, and I got a free Roku channel. I am proud to be on the Monster channel, and I am on Asy TV, ASY TV. Check that channel out; it's fucking awesome. But no longer on YouTube. I am banned from YouTube completely. So if you want to see Hack on YouTube, I hope you're watching this show. Or go find the fucking people who bootleg my show and put it on YouTube. All those guys are fine, but they won't let me do it.
So I was going to say, because I found yours on there, and it was on. I watched it a couple days ago at the shop, and it was you're showing some deathmatch wrestling.
Oh yes, that is Total Psychopathic Wrestling.
Yeah,
I'm a co-founder and co-owner of Total Psychopathic Wrestling. Heavily featured on that, and doing Hack's Horror Show. And it's my camera guy made the YouTube channel, and he's fine. He put all the Hack's Horror Shows on there, and then I've seen a couple other people who bootleg my shit put it on there, and it's fine. But Viacom's like, hey, you know what? Fuck that guy. He can't do that. Like, they completely banned me. I put a 30-second ad on YouTube, and I was just like, hey, kids, if you're bored, go check out Hack's Horror Show. And I think it was because I was like, and I'll teach you how to make meth. That's probably what got the ban. It's a very educational show.
Yeah, see, I'm in Ohio over here. People be like, we already know how to make meth. I don't know why this is educational.
Look, I show this guy. Well, I'm in East Tennessee, man. I'm not far from you.
Yeah. Where you at in Tennessee?
I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee. Born and raised. I love going up there to Ohio, man. Straight line, drive through almost the whole state. Stop everywhere, see a whole bunch of friends all the time. Cincinnati, fucking love that place. And then as I'm going up into like Michigan and Detroit and everything, seeing some more people, man. Ohio's always been good to me. Always been a lot of fun. Last time I stayed there, man, I went there for a weekend. And I was there a week. It felt like I was at some people's house, and I woke up and looked around, took a piss in the bathroom. I was like, the fuck is a Bengals poster doing in here? I was like, who the hell put the Bengals? I was like, oh shit, I'm in Ohio. I was like, oh, okay, now I know whose house I'm at. I'm like, all right, freaking out. There's not a power tee on the wall. The fuck's that Tiger helmet doing here?
Yeah, they. I'll tell you what, man. You go down there, Cincinnati, man. Especially, well, even up around here, it's all about football. And I worked at briefly. Well, not briefly. I worked off and on for a sports collectible shop. A friend of mine owned it, and I was working there one day, and these people come in, and they're buying all this Ohio State shit for their like little kid, for their baby. They ain't been born yet.
Whoa.
And so I'm sitting there, I'm kind of joking around. I'm getting all this stuff, and I'm putting this big ass bag, and I'm being smart ass. I'm like, so what are you going to do if they end up liking Michigan?
Oh.
And oh man, you thought I shot him in the leg or something. It was just like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm fucking with you, man. I'm just messing with you.
But say he pull out his gun, and be like, I'll fucking kill you.
It was hard. It was years ago, I was up in Detroit and not thinking about it, and I had a Pittsburgh Penguins jersey on.
Oh shit!
And I'm not thinking one thing about it. I'd gotten off work, got home, changed, took off, went to go to Michigan. I think I was going to Motor City or something. And I'm up there, and pretty soon this guy like, what the fuck you doing? I'm like, what? What are you wearing that up here? And I'm like, oh shit.
Happy you made it, man.
Yeah. I was like, I live in Ohio and we don't care.
But we don't care, man. Well, man, I'm in Knoxville, so I'm the home of the Vols. So Yeah, it's real around here, especially if you come like riding around with any type of Florida stuff on your car.
Ooh.
Don't expect to have any windows left or your car be left on four wheels because it will be destroyed, tipped over, then set on fire. Like I ran into a bar with two NES Nintendo duck hunting guns when Oregon was here. And I was like, I'm duck hunting. Like I just tormented them inside a bar. And I was being nice. I was like, oh, I'm just playing with you. I was like, the other guys are waiting to kick your ass outside. And by the way, they set your car on fire. Like I was trying to cheer you up.
Oh man. What was the other one? Was I made a mistake one night. I was just years ago. I'm just gonna tell you how long ago this was. I was wearing my Troy Aikman football jersey in a strip bar in Dayton. And I'm sitting there taking a piss, and dude comes up, checks me, and while I'm standing at the back, I'm like, dude, what the hell? Fucking Cowboys suck. I'm like, I don't care, man. I don't like football. I ain't getting a fight over this shit.
like, fuck you, man. I'm just cold. Like,
yeah. I was like, I got family in Dallas. That's what this is all about. So.
Oh man. Speaking of Dallas, like on my arm now, I have this Crypt Keeper tattoo.
Sweet.
Which is cool, but underneath it used to be the star. And I got the star. My oldest son, his initials are DC. So a DC, black star, white around it, outline. As soon as I got it done, I was like, man, that's so cool. And as soon as I walked outside, this chick walked by and she's like, Dallas Cowboys, what's up? And I was like, oh, fuck it. I guess it is. Okay. I was like, damn it. I was like, it was the Dallas Cowboys star with DC in the center of it. Everybody's like, you love them Cowboys? I'm like, yeah, dream team, baby. You know.
Ah, shit. Well, it's I got a one of my other baseball caps I wear at the gym all the time. It's an old Detroit hat. And I got it because my wife's family's from Detroit. So I got it while I was up there one time. And everyone's like, man, Detroit fan? I was like, nah, big Magnum PI fan. What? Dude, Magnum, man.
Like Magnum, bitch, represent.
People are not ready for that.
No,
Magnum,
no,
what?
you got me with that.
Like, yeah, Magnum PI, man. You ever watch him? He's always wearing his Detroit hat. And they're like, yeah, he is wearing a Detroit.
And then they start nodding and they're like, fuck yeah, Magnum.
Yeah, Magnum.
Oh man. You say your wife's from man, I love Detroit.
Her mom's from Detroit. She was born not far from I'm in Piqua. She was born in Dayton and lived a little bit of her life in Dayton, a little bit in Troy, and then she's been with since she's been with me, she's mostly been in Piqua. But yeah, her family's from Detroit. They were from Military Avenue. They're right downtown. I don't even know if their house exists anymore. But they all kind of moved out of Detroit. They're all on the outskirts now. They're all the way from Dearborn to Taylor to Brighton to yeah.
Well, Taylor's nice, man. Really nice.
Yeah, I used to go to Taylor a lot, and that's when Motor City Con used to be in Taylor, and then they moved it over to Novi.
Yeah,
it's like just 20 minutes outside of Brighton, and it's literally the back road from my wife's where her grandparents used to live. You just hop on the road, right there. You go to the convention center.
Yeah, it's perfect, man.
Yeah, shit.
Been up there for a lot for Horse Slam Wrestling.
Oh yeah,
that got Richie Boy Briar Wellington, my boy. He's there, man, and it's a great promotion. I was up there in Detroit, and everybody, the first time I went, everybody's like, "Oh man, you don't want to go to Detroit?" I'm like, "Have you fucking looked outside of here? Like, it don't get much worse, dude. Like, I'm not worried about it." Go up there, and there's billboards for distilleries, and there's like just stores on the side of the road, and you walk in, and these people, man, are like, you just walked into a fucking record store. They're like, "Oh, what are you looking for?" And they're so knowledgeable, and I'm like, I just want a bag of weed. they're like, "Oh, this kind of." I was like, "Shh, the fuck are you? What the hell's wrong with you?" I was like,
"There's legal up here."
And they're like, "Oh no, this kind," and they're wearing polo shirts and shit. I was like, "What the fuck? Where am I?" Because I come from the Bible Belt, like the fucking championship buckle, man. Like that don't fly around here. And I was freaking out. I ran outside, I was looking around, and then there's some cops waving at me as I come out, and they're like, "How you doing today, buddy?" I'm like, "Where the fuck am I?" Car breaks down. I walk to the Kenjo, and I'm at the gas station, and on the left is like liquor, and they sell liquor at any store.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that here. And there's liquor, and then there's smoke on this side, and then candy at the bottom. I was like, I don't have to see the rest of the store. I got everything right here with you, buddy. And walking down the road, and people were like, "You need a ride?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well, no, I better not take that ride." I thought it was nice, but I was probably safer just walking.
Yeah. Oh man. A couple years ago, my wife and I went to New Orleans, and I wasn't ready for that yet. We're sitting there, we're standing, we're walking through and this isn't like Mardi Gras season. That we kind of avoided that, because I go down for the food. I like my food. I'm not there to drink. I'm there to eat. And so we're sitting there walking down the street. All of a sudden, this van pulls up, the door slides open. They're like, "Hey man, what you need? We got this, this, and this, and this." And I'm standing there, and I'm like, "There's a cop right next to me," and he's just like, "Tourist, huh?" And I went, "Yeah." And he goes, "This is legal here."
Like, what?
And you're just like, "Oh shit! All right, yeah, no, I'm good." And well, that's like last time.
Was the cop just waiting in line behind you? Like, dude,
no, they were just standing on the corner, just making sure nothing was going on. And this van just pulls up at the corner. We're getting ready to cut across the street. And he's like, "Hey, you guys need this? We got edibles. We got this. And we're like, I'm cool, right? I ain't getting arrested."
Like, you seen them pull up and talk to me, right?
Yeah, exactly. And well, we joke around because we went up last time we went up to Michigan. I hadn't been up there in a while. My wife has gone up a lot more than I have lately, and I did not realize the amount of signs for all the dispensaries.
Yes,
all up the road, and it's like, "Welcome, Ohio. Come to greener fields," and stuff like that. I'm like, no wonder
the grass is green as fuck over here, guys.
Yes. I was like, no wonder why my buddy's always up in Michigan. Oh, he's up there because he's up there for wrestling, but he's up there for weed too.
Yeah. Oh, he wrestles up there in Michigan too?
No, he just goes up for wrestling. He goes up to see it.
Oh, man.
What 2 weeks ago, he was up for GCW in Detroit.
Yeah, they had GCW, but they also had the Horror Slam versus GCW and stuff.
Yeah, because he was, "Man, you got to come up here to Horror Slam." I was like, well, if it doesn't coincide with something I already had. See, I already had stuff going on that weekend, had tickets. And he's like, "Come on up." And I'm like, I already paid for tickets.
Man, they are about to have GCW invades Horror Slam. You got to go to that. Check that out, man. Love Horror Slam. Actually, I ain't got. There's other stickers on this gun, but my rifle, man, I keep the Horror Slam sticker on it. Like, I can't wait to go back. Fans are awesome, man. They're the fucking best. And I ain't even done that much there. But man, we always had a fucking blast every time we went. Going up there, and it was last time I was there, man. It was cool because you got Briar Wellington, and he's knocked out in the ring, and then lights flicker, and here comes Hack walking out chanting the Chucky "Ooh Day Ooh Demula" shit. And I lay hands on him and bring him back from the dead like shit.
That's cool.
A lot of fun, man. Crazy ass talent in there, like the best fucking guys from all over passing through there.
Yeah, so we used to have a really good wrestling here locally. Within like 30 minutes. And basically, like, I want to say like one guy kind of fucked it up, but it didn't help when the pandemic hit and shut everything down. So it's slowly coming back, and I'm getting ready to start working with hopefully, fingers crossed. One group lost their venue, when during the pandemic. So I'm like, well, I'm working with the guys who own because we have an almost completely abandoned mall here in town.
Nice.
And I'm in with the guys who have it. And I'm like, hey, look, we can have part of Sears to run wrestling events.
Do it.
And he's like, well, he goes, well, how tall is this? Like, it's 12-foot ceilings. It's the only shit part about it. So there's not going to be a whole lot of high, off the top rope shit, but we might be able to move it because there is like a smaller section where it goes up about another foot. And I was like, but hell, that's not much bigger than where they were. Cause I remember them guys hanging off the sprinkler system, doing dives off of shit. And so I'm working with them guys to bring that into town. I also worked with another group because I did an interview with a promoter from War Wrestling, which is about 30 minutes north and one's 30 minutes south. And I've talked to those guys. I don't get to go to wrestling as much as I used to because now they only have it locally, and it's literally like on a Saturday afternoon. I own a comic shop. Saturdays is my busiest day. It's hard to walk away from a Saturday.
Yeah, you're making money, man.
Yeah. I was like, man, I make good money, or I can go to wrestling. He's like, my one buddy goes, we got wrestling on Sunday. I'm like, I'm there. Dude, where are we going? He goes, we're going to Indiana. I'm like, all right. And went over to Ian Rotten's group that was over in Indiana. They got it ran off. They got kicked out of their building.
Well, I know Ian was in Kentucky, and then he came up there.
Yeah.
And stuff. Yeah, man, it's IWA.
Yeah. Yep. I was there the Sunday, and was it the Friday? Was I don't know if you everybody's seen this. It's the Flaming Dick spot.
Yes.
The guy. Yeah. That was that's the reason they got shut down.
What?
Basically, that guy got up and ran when he was supposed to lay there and get fire, get the fire extinguisher to do it. And it was fine until the people who owned the building saw the video.
Oh, man.
And saw this dude on fire running around inside their building. And they were like, nope. I guess they moved someplace else, and they were like, oh, yeah, you can do this. You can put this here. And they left one day, come back, and the doors were all chained shut with their stuff inside of it.
Damn.
Yeah. So
damn, that sucks, man.
Yeah, my buddy,
I hope they get that figured out.
So do I. I mean, because that was fun. That was a fun night. It was all different match stipulations. It ended with a no rope barbed wire match. So,
yes. If you get the chance, man, check out that Total Psychopathic Wrestling.
I have been watching.
You will see all those people you see, like, from IWA, from like Horror Slam, from all over the country. I mean, holy shit, the plane tickets and the hotel rooms are enough to make you want to fucking die. Getting all these assholes in from all over, man. But you'll see some of that there, and all these people, like, I think last month, like, we got like 12 million views and all that shit, but YouTube won't let you optimize anything I put my fingers on. so they won't have it. It's on there, man. So if you get a chance, check it out. Or if you want to come down, you said you run a comic shop, man.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite places on the planet are comic shops. I just did a panel at a college here in town, and I'm sitting there, and you got the guy from Nirvana Comics sitting there. You got the art professor. You got a novelist. You got another comic store, and then you had the my high school art teacher. Which that was fun because I looked down at him. I'm like, remember when you kicked me out of class? I'm like, no, we're at the same fucking table, dude. And he's like, oh man, I'm so sorry about that. I'm like, no, it's okay. I was like, I was an asshole kid. It's fine. But we did that. And I just wanted to talk to the guys over in the comic store, man. Pop Culture. I did a ribbon cutting ceremony for their grand opening and they had my county mayor is Kane from WWE.
Yeah.
That's cool. And the comic store called me and was like, dude, we got the mayor coming down. I'm like, you got Kane coming down? I was like, that's fucking sweet. They're like, yeah, we want to do a ribbon cutting ceremony, like you and him and author Blake Best, like hold the ribbon and y'all three cut it or whatever. I'm like, dude, you got Kane there. What the fuck you need me for? I'm like, what am I going to do? Look fucking short and ridiculous beside this fucking like mega star? I was like, dude, you already won. Like, your celebrities are done. Like, they're all going to be there. And that was a blast, man. Trying to sell him my gimmicks. I was like, I bought all your shit. But of course, I had a bag of stuff. And I was like, hey, Mr. Mayor, my boys are going to kill me if you don't sign some of the stuff for them. You know, so I got to go home to them. They're going to be like, did Kane sign my shit? And I was like, so I handed, he's like, oh, yeah, you got it. And he pulled it out and pulled out a couple like trading cards, signed those for my kids. And then like there's a championship belt in there. And of course he signed it. Then he pulled out one of the original Kane mask. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, wow, that's cool. He's like, who's that for? And I was like, Dad, all my kids' name are Tony. Like, Tony on that. Like,
this is my son Tony Jr. and Tony the Third. Just find Tony across the board.
Yeah, it's all teased, man. It's all Tony. No, that one was mine. That one was mine. And then I tried to make a little nod joke about See No Evil, and he's like, "Dude, don't push it." I'm like, "All right, awkward." Like, you're only fucking 9 foot taller than I am. It's like, I'll leave you alone.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, man. I've met a bunch of wrestlers, and it's funny realizing how many of them are either my size or even smaller. And I'm just like, you know, because I met Jerry Lynn a few years back. I always thought Jerry Lynn was at least my height. And I'm sitting there and I get a picture with him. And I got to kind of lean so I don't look too tall. And I'm like, man, it's like,
oh man, you put him over.
Yeah.
Well, how tall are you, man?
5'9".
Oh, see, shit. I'm a wrestler. You got me beat. I am. I'm like 5'8" with like my boots on.
One of my really good friends, he wrestled on and off and on for years. He's like, man, you need to wrestle. I'm like, dude, I'm getting too fucking old, man. I was like, my knees hurt already. I was like, the last thing I want to do is go out there and blow up my knee immediately.
Don't do it.
So he's like, no. He goes, I'm like, dude, and this is when I was in my 30s. He's like, man, he goes, DDP didn't get in the ring until he was 36. I'm like, yeah, but he's in good shape when he started. Yeah. I'm not.
That motherfucker been doing yoga his whole life and working out. Like,
well, what was real bad is that about the time I'm 47, early in my 40s, I started hitting the gym pretty hard. I'm out and go every day. I go every other day. I work out hour and a half every day. I work out at home and stuff like that. I got really kind of fit in the last few years. And then my buddy, who's like 10 years younger than me, wrestles, and he's like, man, you need to get in the ring. I'm like, you're better now than you were then. I was like, yeah, my knees still aren't and my back still isn't. I was like, fuck that. I was like, I can't do that. I was like, man, I got all respect in the world for wrestlers because, you know, a lot of like the indie guys, man, you got to go to work on a Monday, you know, at your shoot job. And I couldn't. I know guys that broke their ankle, and man, they just got in there, still had to pay their no insurance because they're a wrestler, and hobble into work on Monday. And I was like,
oh man, yeah, that still goes on. Like I got a bulging disc, and when it first happened, your sciatic nerves, they got caught in a weird spot and about ripped it in half. So both my feet went from here till they just went like this, crippling pain and everything else. So I had to switch things up. I was like more punching, more kicking. And then I'm in there and I'm like, don't you dare fucking throw me on this or that. And I'm like, holy shit. I completely switched it up, but then I just dropped it off, man. I can talk, communicate with the people so I could get all my shit over and get it in and not like cause riots. Fans are jumping over the rails, trying to fucking fight with me. They literally picked me up, threw me out of a building one night after like I was on the ground. They're all kicking me and, you know, they're bringing signs and everything. But the cool thing about it was I haven't done a match. I haven't taken one bump. I haven't fought anybody. I just come out there talking to them. And I'm like, got all this fucking heat, and then bring out the fucking guy who's built ready to go in there and do the shit, and have him fight it for me while I run away like a damn coward. Because I ain't getting my ass kicked. I'm like, fuck you. I just come out here to tell you to go to hell. You're gonna fight that guy over there.
See, I was talking to my one buddy about becoming a manager for him, and he's like, "Hell yeah!" Because I came up with a great gimmick and whole 9 yards, and he's like, "Man, I love it." He goes, let me pitch it to some people," and they didn't like it because it would have changed his character too much from what he was already working on at that show. So I was like, "All right, whatever, we'll do it." I was like, "If you need me, I'm here. Just get on."
Yeah.
I'll come in and manage it.
And you gotta take a few bumps if you're a manager. You can't just talk. There's gotta be one or two in there. So I'm like,
well,
every show I'm like, okay, you get one. What's it gonna be? And like, man, I tell you the worst one is like Hoodfoot knocked me off the side of the ring, and I went flying across everywhere. Hit the ground, was fine. Everything was fine. Necro Butcher, on Necro Butcher's return to wrestling, his first stop was TPW. And I just did a thing where my entire stable had just broken up, lost, and I'm like getting kicked out. Went from the boss to the manager, the champion, to the leader of the group, to all my plans being foiled. So my last attempt, I come staggering out after getting my ass kicked, wearing a ref shirt. And I was like, I'm going to be the fucking referee now. Here's Necro Butcher's return. He comes out. He's already bleeding. He got the chair going nuts. And, man, I didn't know anybody could swing a chair like that. He fucking knocked me in the next week. I was like, holy shit, what planet am I on? And I looked up at the security guard, and I was like, damn, I didn't know God would be so ugly. Like, what the fuck? I was like, I got to be in hell, man. I was like, damn. Completely nice guy and everything, man, but he brought it. Well, him and there's a few of them, man. They get excited, and there's live rounds going in there. The fans don't know about it. You'll know when you hear me, and I'm like, motherfucker, and I start jabbing a guy's eye out for real, and they're like, oh shit, man, I wonder how they faked that. I'm like, I took his fucking eye out.
Well, my buddy Aaron, he wrestles here. I was sitting talking to him one day because I went and watched him wrestle. I was like, man, you can usually this dude's good, and he can walk anybody through a great match. He's one of them guys, and he's wrestling, man. And then worst match I'd ever seen him wrestle. And I'm like, man, what the hell? So I got to hold him next day. I was like, damn, Aaron. I was like, what happened? He goes, I don't remember the match. He goes, he gets kicked in the head.
Oh,
immediately. First thing, dude named Jeremiah runs over, kicks him in the head, and that was supposed to be the opening. And gave him a concussion.
Oh.
He don't remember the rest of the match. He got a hold of me like a week later, and he goes, man, I finally watched that match. He goes, there's little bits and pieces I remember. And he goes, I'm waiting for them to happen. And he goes, I'm watching it, and I'm watching it, and I'm watching it. And he goes, I still ain't done that spot yet. I still haven't done this spot yet. He goes, there's one where he pulls off his belt, and he gets the guy and puts it around his neck. And he goes, I never remember that. I remember doing that. And he goes, and I just kept watching. I still ain't done that yet. I still ain't done that yet. And, oh, shit. Okay. Oh. I don't know why my freaking thing's telling me I only got 10 minutes. I've never had that come up before. So, and he said, all of a sudden he finally did it. And he goes, man, I thought I did that like right away. And he goes, I did that towards the end of the damn match. I was like, shit, I don't know. But yeah, you.
Man, I hate that he got a concussion. Yeah. I've never been knocked out. I've been really, really hurt, but most of them were like my ideals, and the guy was like, no, don't do that. And I'm like, it'll be great. It was not, and it was a bad decision. The only time, man, like I could say was when I was out there and I was out of it, is I was partying a lot in the back. So I was talking to somebody. Everybody knows about wrestling, so I'm talking to my opponent there. And he's talking about a couple of things. I'm like, dude, just call it to me out there. And I was like, man, I am so hammered. We found the referee. And I was like, stand here with us. I need you to learn the whole match. And I need you to learn all of my spots. I need you to tell me all of them in the ring. So I'm literally out there drunk. And I'm listening to my opponent's son. But I didn't want to tell him, hey, I'm just completely fucking wasted, dude. So I had the referee. The referee come over there, and as he's counting, he's like, all right. And he's telling me what I'm about to do. So I'm like, okay. And I would do all of it and could go through it because the referee's calling the match the whole time he's talking to me, telling me exactly what I'm doing and everything. So it's good to have a good ref. It's good to have a good ref. When you get one in there, man, and he's not experienced, he's just wearing a striped shirt, then you're in trouble. But hey, man, when you got that much money, and I'm like, fuck, dude didn't show up. He's got a flat tire. What the fuck is that kid doing here? Who let you back here? Come here. Put the shirt on. I'm gonna kick your ass and throw you out. Okay. You're the referee for the whole night. Like, you're gonna work every match. Don't fuck up. He's like, I thought dude gave me $10 to drive the car here. Well, guess what? You're gonna make another $10, buddy.
You're wrestling tonight. Or no, you're reffing tonight, man.
Yeah.
I never ref before. Well, you're reffing tonight. Okay. Can you count to 3? Yeah. Can you count to 10? Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Next out, man. See that camera over there in that one? Don't get in the fucking way. Stay out of my way.
So, I forget. What came first, the wrestling or the horror show?
They actually came at the same time. When I was younger, man, we grew up kind of poor. We didn't have much, but I don't have a sob story to tell you because everybody around me was poor. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know I was doing without. The first time somebody told me, it was like, hey, dude's got a PlayStation. I was like, what, like a fucking jungle gym? I ain't playing on that shit. Like a slide, a PlayStation? Like I thought it was like I played an area. I didn't know. I was like, oh shit, they made shit after Atari 2500? Like, whoa, like no way. I just thought they had sticks and Barbie bicycles with flat tires. I didn't know they made like mongooses and Aaron tires. Like I just thought you found Barbie bikes in the house. Like, but when I was younger, man, I was happy, but I've seen at a very young age, I've seen the absolute worst in a lot of people and a lot of stuff in the neighborhood going on. I've seen how horrible people can be. Mm-hmm. So monsters, goblins, ghouls, shit like that does nothing. Nothing. You can't scare me with that. Like I was very young, could watch The Exorcist and thought it was funny, because I was like, that didn't scare me. I was like, actual people scared the shit out of me. And I was really short, really fat, and had big glasses on. and just wore whatever. I didn't know what was cool. So early on, didn't really have no friends or nothing like that. So I always liked macabre, weird stuff. And I like pro wrestling. I seen all these like jacked up dudes, especially during that time, because they were all like bodybuilding monsters, and they all just fucking yelled at you. And I was like, this is great. Like, why are we watching anything else on TV? Did you not see that dude? He's like, oh god, I'll fucking rip, blah, blah. I was like, and then the other guy was like, fuck you, I'm gonna fuck kill you. And I'm like, this is incredible. Like, nothing's gonna top this. And they're out there like tearing t-shirts off and like poking each other out. And then Jake like that dude's got a fucking python and he's fighting the dude with the 2x4. Like, I'm not watching The Price is Right. I want to watch this. So I watched it early on, and then back then, man, like you couldn't just watch whatever you wanted on demand all the time. There wasn't binge watching shit. If you missed it when it came on TV, then you'd probably never see it again until later on when on demand came out. But we for pay-per-view, man, you'd have to call and get pay-per-view. Well, we had the Scrambler box.
Yep.
So I'm sitting there just slamming that AB button, man, and the AB is what kind of made the picture work a little bit. And I was watching like Tales from the Crypt on HBO. I was watching that, and then I was watching Joe Bob Briggs. I don't know when this will come out, the podcast thing, but this coming Saturday, I will be at FrankenCon hosting the FrankenCon Film Fest with Joe Bob Briggs. He's going to be there, which that'd be pretty cool working with him. Somebody that I idolize, but I seen them and I seen Elvira. And then, I didn't know because we didn't have a local horror host on like our local TV.
Yeah.
But then I was a tape trader, man. I'm trading tapes, getting all the like different stuff from Japan for wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of my like buddies, like, man, you own a comic shop. You got that one buddy who has like, go over to his house and there's like the Toxic Avenger poster on the wall and a black light, and he's kind of scummy, but he's also cool, and he's like the grand wizard of all like knowledge of everything you don't know. He's like, Faces of Death, haha, complete set. Like, you name off a movie, and he's like, I got all this and copies of the script. I'm like, whoa, like you're the fucking wizard of everything awesome, man. Like, and then he's like, there's other, and he starts telling me about these other horde hosts, man. So I'll start tape trading for horde hosts in different areas, different places. And I'm watching all of them. So at the same time, I have this love for professional wrestling. I have this love for horde hosts. So I started it way back when, man, when I was a kid, making them on an old VHS camcorder. I was making it. And then the TV, I just put like duct tape on it and I filmed it. And I had like 2 VCRs to do like a little edit thing. Yeah. It was mainly just a slam cam of porn and it said Hack TV on it. Duct tape. It said Hack TV and there's porn in the background. That was my whole intro. I find those tapes, man. I'm going to put them out one day. But I started doing that and then trying to break into wrestling at the same time. It's just wrestling took off. And everybody knew me as, oh, yeah, that's Hack from wrestling. What they didn't know is that I already had the horror show going. Like, people were like, oh, most of the time people were like, you've been doing this for what, like 5-6 years? I was like, no, I've been popular for 5 years. So it's like I've been doing it my whole fucking life. But used to, when it finally just, what I told the kids at the school, when they were like, how did you get into television? Where did you go? I was like, my wife went to the school at this college. I did not. They were like, how'd you get into it? I was like, I went to the TV station, kicked open the door, and I was like, I want to do this. Can anybody help me? Like, I was like, I got some tapes in the trunk I've been selling, like, around the neighborhood in different places. I want to figure out how to, and I was like, I just kind of did that. So you can go ahead and drop out of school now, kids. Go home. You can do it. But I was doing them both, but hold public access.
Let me give you 1 second here. It says I got less than a minute. Let's see what I can do here. All right. I've never had this happen before. We're going to see what's going on here.
All right, brother.
I don't know what.